Here's my new Reefer 350 tank. As you can see, I have a sump on the bottom, and at the top, what do we have here? We have a glass top. Okay, glass top. I know that this is taboo in the saltwater aquarium industry. You don't put a top on your tank because it's going to keep in all the heat, and then your tank can evaporate, and we know the evaporation causes cooling, and then it's going to heat up. All your fish are going to die. Well, look, I need a glass top. Okay, I need a glass top because I got tired of adding water all the time. Typically with the Reefer 350 and the setup that I have to add in water every 3 days. Every 3 days I have to add in water, and it just became cumbersome to do that. I put a glass top on, and I don't have to add in water every 3 days. It's now every maybe 8 days. I start adding in water. As you can see, I haven't even put in any water in my reservoir. Here's the reservoir. I haven't even put any water in there. I will eventually. I've been too busy. This tank is brand new. It's been here in my house for about 3 weeks only. Still being established. But look, I don't have time every day to keep adding in water. As for the looks, yeah, you're gonna have algae on the top of on the lid. You're gonna have these, these little clouds or moisture bubbles, forming, and it might not be a pleasant sight for you to have this, but you know what? It's not too bad. I don't have nothing growing on there yet, and when I do, I'm just gonna end up scraping it. Another thing is, I hear complaints that, hey, the lighting, it can't go into the tank because of the glass top. Well, I mean, come on, look, guys, it's looking clear to me. And so what I did is I ordered my own glass top, had it custom made. I am not a construction person per se. I'm not a handy person, so if I can do this, then you can do it too. So what I did is I went to a website called onedayglass.com, and look, these guys do not give me any type of fee to promote the service, but I do like the service. I think they're out of Washington, and I just designed my own lid. So this is one lid. Okay, this is just one piece. If you order 2 pieces, it's actually cheaper, and I'll go over the pricing in a minute. Those are the dimensions. So that's one piece, and then this is how that one piece looks like in real life. I had them drill a hole right here, and you can get that custom also. It's a 1-inch hole. See, about 1 inch. And the main purpose for that is for the light. I want the light to come in just in case I do get some type of algae in there, and I get the light directly to the corals, wherever they'd be. And then I put another one right here. Yeah, I should put 2 holes, but again, I don't want to spend extra money, adding another hole, and then it's another set of measurements that I could potentially screw up. And the whole tank, it's well encased. I don't have any fish, jumping out. Okay, and it keeps everything in pretty neat. All the water, it doesn't. I mean, there's less evaporation. The thing that you're not gonna like, obviously, it's all those water bubbles forming on top. But I mean, just clean it. Just clean it all the time, just like how you're gonna clean your tank. Now, your measurements got to be exact. Matter of fact, they cut within plus or minus 1/16 to the inch, so that's pretty accurate. So just make sure you're measuring correctly. Okay, if you screw it up, you screw this up, the measurements, your table, or I'm sorry, your aquarium glass is going to come out not right, not the way that you intended. Now this is where I messed up. This is my sump, and when I measured, I was off a little bit. I mean, fractions of an inch, and because of that, I had a top that I couldn't fit in there. And the way I made this mistake is when I measured it, it was kind of like at an angle. I thought I did it correctly, but it was a little bit off. So, you know, you got to take your measurements seriously, and you can't blame the person manufacturing your glass for, you know, a defective product. I mean, it wasn't defective; it was my fault. You know, I should have had maybe a more accurate ruler. Because look at this. This is a Stanley. If you look here, there's like a gap before the inches start. It's like right here. I mean, it's like a little bit of slack, and I was depending on 100% accurate top for my sump, and you know, I was a little bit off, and then the thing wouldn't fit. So that's just stuff that you got to keep in mind. Okay. As for temperature, you know, they say, oh well, your tank's gonna overheat. Well, look, my ambient temperature was the temperature of my house is usually on a typical day about 77 degrees. Inside of my tank, it's about 89 degrees. I'm sorry, not 89, about 79, 80 degrees. So it goes up like 1 or 2 degrees Fahrenheit up. To me, this is wonderful. Now, I also hear complaints about the oxygen exchange. You know, there's no oxygen exchange or very little oxygen exchange for the aquarium because you put a glass top. Well, look, they never say how much is the oxygen exchange rate. They just say that it's bad for the oxygen exchange rate. Right here, I mean, I do have a hole here, and then there's another opening. And by the way, I got 2 different pieces, so I can easily lift this lid, just in case I need to throw something in it. Maybe you want a bigger opening, but hey, it's all custom. Depends on what you want to do yourself. So going back to price, let's go to price. Now, this is what I ordered. The one on the bottom is a tempered one. That's the one where I screwed up on and I measured wrong. And plus, you know what? Even without the bottom, without the glass piece for the bottom sump, the evaporation rate, it's not too bad. I mean, I still don't have to fill up until every like 8 days, or add water until every 8 days or so, compared to what other people were complaining about was 3 days when they did not have a glass top. So I got the laminate safety glass. This works for me, laminate, because I got children. Okay, I got children, as you can see, and what do children like to do when they see a new tank? You know, throw things in here. Anything that they find, they'll just throw in there, and I can't afford that. I can't, and then prevents the fish from also jumping out. Okay, so it's a square piece. The thickness, and we're right here. Thickness is 1/4 of an inch. Okay, 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so look like that. Not bad. Looks nice. And we got to clear the edge work. It says flat grind. Okay, flat grind on the short edges. And then this is what the flat grind looks like. This is flat grind. Okay. And the hole size, you know, I wanted an inch hole, and then only one. Again, if you want 2, that's fine. You're just gonna have to draw it out. Here's that one hole that I had. But you know, I could put another one, but I don't want one. I don't want to pay extra money for more. So these are the dimensions up here, height and width. Again, you gotta measure it exact. The more exact you are, the better product you're gonna get. And then total $269 for both pieces. That's not a bad investment. Overall, I am very satisfied with having a glass top for my Reefer 350, which is only 3 weeks old. Again, there's not a bunch of algae on it yet, but it will. You know, I'm sure I'll get algae pretty soon. But hey, I'll just scrape it off. Like it's not too heavy. It is heavy. Okay, it's heavy. It's made out of laminate glass, and I got laminate glass again for my children. Imagine them just throwing something on it that's heavy, you know, cracking, and then, you know, having them get injured. I don't want that to happen. And also, I like it heavy because it's gonna be heavier for my kids to mess with. And then also put these silicone little dabs here. Okay, just to raise this a little bit so I don't end up scratching the glass. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will at least consider getting a glass top if you're like me and you need one. Okay, thank you very much and have a great day.